What's up, everybody? Ethan from Elite Army here. This is today's TED Talk. Firearm safety within your home with children. I want to put emphasis on the with children part because it's a whole different ball game when it comes to firearms when you have kids running around. So, I'm going to give you my opinions on it. Notice I said opinion. Everybody's raised differently. Everybody does things differently. I'm just making this more known for the new parents that are willing to watch this who have firearms. And it's all pretty common sense stuff, but sometimes as a man, your wife needs confirmation from a YouTube short or a TikTok. Everybody's right on those platforms, by the way. So, to kick it off, my wife has a Sky 9mm pistol she carries. When we bought these, they came with trigger locks. This is one way you can prevent the majority of any issues that may arise indefinitely within your home. Do I recommend them? It's kind of hit or miss. From the protector of my home, it's too much for me to fumble around with when I have somebody through my door. In a self-defense situation, obviously. So take with it what you want. If you plan on just storing the firearm, you could do that if you do not have a cabinet to put them in. As you can see, I have two ARs that sit here. I do not have a cabinet for them. They are not loaded. And this room, my shop, is completely separate and my daughter cannot get to it. Which brings me to the next point. If you are going to have firearms, separate the rooms. The less the children can see them, the less they're going to want to go and play with them. Pretty common sense, especially when this one is pink and silver. Well, my daughter is obsessed with pink. Obviously, she's going to want to go for something that looks like a toy. Put your firearms in separate rooms, trigger locks if you want. It is a great mechanism. That's why they put them in the box for your firearm. Secondly, put your ammo in the same place. What I mean by same place is in a separate room, locked up, that your child cannot get it. Child from, walking to, we'll just say 18, for example, because nobody wants to talk about it, but suicide rate is high. And suicide rates, sadly, are gun causes for a lot of them. I don't know the statistic on it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not some whatever you want to call it. So I'm just telling you what I know just from what I hear. Locking away the ammunition by having an unlocked firearm is better than having an unlocked firearm with an unlocked ammunition. Better yet, hide them. My grandfather has had a shotgun in his house his entire life. I've seen that shotgun once, and I was maybe 14 because he showed it to me. It's not hard. You don't have to tell them where they're at. The only person who should know where they're at is your spouse. In my case, it's my wife. Which brings me to step 3. You need to create an action plan. Plan of action. So when the situation arises, you have a way to defend yourself. As me being the protector of the home, or if it's you and your wife are 50-50, come up with a game plan. In my situation, my wife's gonna punch me in the side of the head. I'm gonna get up. She's gonna tell me somebody's in the house. We also have 2 dogs, so we'll know prior. I'm gonna get up, get what I gotta do, handle the situation, whatever. Call 911, make sure they know. Stand my ground. I'm not gonna go into the laws and all that, because, again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a gunsmith, a guy who is obsessed with firearms. So, create a plan of action. Figure out what you're going to do, where you, your spouse, and your child will go. Children, if you have multiple. Make sure to contact your authorities. Fourth, this is a big one for me as a gunsmith myself and someone who obsesses over firearms. Teaching the firearm safety to the people in your home. This is huge. I grew up, keep the gun pointed up, keep the gun pointed down, don't swing it around, keep your finger off the trigger, don't walk around with it loaded, don't point it at anything you don't intend to shoot at. Give them, sit down, have a spiel with them, explain to them firearm safety now that you have a firearm in your house. Or you have multiple firearms, but you've never sat down and talked to them about it. My wife's not a big fan of guns. She doesn't mind them, she just doesn't like to shoot them. But firearm safety, I try to slam that into her head. So then she knows. And she knows that I know. She knows that I know how to be safe within our family. Bedside safes, they're another good thing to have. They're not as quick as, just having it on your bedside table, but, we're looking for the safety aspect, right? They have some with fingerprints. You put a pin in. It takes a couple seconds off, but that couple seconds is worth saving your child's life 100% of the time. I personally don't have a bedside safe. My daughter is not very tall, as she's very young, so we have a dresser that's upstairs. I keep it loaded in there, tucked under some clothes. So even if for some reason she were to get up there and find it, or to look in that drawer, she's not going to find it quickly. Loaded mags. What to do with them? Here I have a loaded mag, 9mm. It's for this guy. This one's kind of up in the air. Now you can have, what I like to recommend is having your firearm with the loaded mag next to it in a place where it cannot be seen by anybody else except you and your spouse. So then you both know where it's at when a situation were to arise. But that kind of falls back onto safely keeping your ammo in a place where your child can't get a hold of it. Just, use common sense. My daughter's very young, and a 9mm round is not that big. You shoot guns, you've been around guns, 9mm is not that big. That's the perfect size for her to put it in her mouth and swallow it, because she doesn't know what she's doing. So not only is there the danger of it, injuring somebody in a different way, she could swallow it and choke. Nobody wants that. And to be honest, I don't know how you would dislodge a whole round from somebody's throat, because I'm not a doctor. And just parent to parent, man, it's, if you have firearms, you have a passion for firearms, just constantly be smart. Don't leave ammunition laying around for the choking hazards. Don't leave your firearms where your child can touch it, get access to it, knows where it's at. That should be all discrete information. Your child should not know where they can go to find a firearm. By the time my child is old enough to know what it is, what to do with it, these will be put in a safe. Obviously, safes are thousands of dollars, so not everybody can afford them, but it's free to put it in a spot where people can't get it. This is the moral of the whole video. Just put it in a spot where nobody can get it. I was just doing a little research before I started my video, and they're telling people just to completely alleviate the issue to its fullest extent, it's just to not have firearms. I get it. In America, it's built off freedom, right? Where everybody's free. And not expressing the Second Amendment as an American is it's weird, man. I don't really know how to explain it aside from that. I don't know why you wouldn't want to. And, unless you have traumatic events that has happened in the past, I could completely understand it. Like my grandmother, she's completely against it, but my great-grandpa was in World War II, and he just wasn't about it when he came back. I get that. But in today's world and society, there's no reason why you shouldn't want to carry or have home defense. Because I can tell you this, there's a guy at work that comes in periodically. He's a big gun advocate, loves them, grew up with them. And his favorite saying is, that guy that's coming in your door at 2 a.m., he can guarantee 100% of the time that he is not delivering you a pizza. He's not coming to watch the game. He's not coming to talk about sports. He's not coming to make you some fucking breakfast or dinner. He ain't here for that. As somebody who cares so much about their family, this is not a game. But these are also not toys. These are tools. There's a difference. Just because you train with them doesn't mean it's a toy. Just because you go and shoot with your buddies doesn't mean it's a toy. It's a tool. A lot of the young people are getting it mixed up. I'm young myself, so don't get me twisted, but the younger generation riding around with them in their laps as they're driving, flaunting them in videos and all that, that's just not proper gun safety, and it's really giving the government a reason to keep trying to push these restrictions on firearms. And so is all the other crap that's going on in the world today. But if we can stop it at the beginning as parents who believe that these tools are used properly by law-abiding citizens, then we can continue to fight to keep our stuff. I love America. I'm all for it, the freedom, the whole nine. But the world's shifting in the wrong way. The states are shifting in the wrong way to where I can see something dramatic happening, and it just won't end well. So, not to end on a bad note, but remember, firearm safety is key within your family, within your home. Teach everyone, let them know. Share this video, leave a comment on what you recommend and what you do to keep your family safe, keep your guns safe, keep your children safe. Anybody that's family that comes into your home, keep them safe from your firearms. And any more methods, if you have anything like, trigger locks, the barrel lock, places you'd like to store them. Drop them in the comments. I'd like to see what you guys think. Yeah, just, remember, this is a tool. It's not a toy. There's a difference. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.